talk about something actually quite serious. I want to talk about how to build a successful team. Well, this can apply not just to TM about our officer team. This can also apply to when you are having a project, you are having like a course, and you have to cooperate with others. Okay. So, what is the basis of a successful team? Any ideas? Tony? Trust. Okay. Any others? Yeah, trust is one. Any others? Responsibility. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, that's right. And any others?
Cooperation.
Cooperation. Yeah, that's right. And this will lead to
Collective interest.
Collective. Oh, collective interest. Okay, that's also one answer, but that will not be in my talk. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about communication. My first point is about communication. So, how can we communicate effectively? This has been in my mind for quite a long time, and I'd like to show you 3 of the ways that we might communicate using my own experience while I was a president. And when I was a president, I have my EVP here, he's called Frank, and my PRVP here is called Henry. And we have an issue. Henry said that, David, you know what? We should declare independence from the headquarters.
Oh.
Yeah. And my EVP and I was like, oh, what? What the are you talking about? And so my EVP doesn't like this idea. So he tried to communicate with Henry with the first method. That's called tell him directly. So he said during our officer meeting that, Henry, you know what? I think this idea sucks. I'm the EVP. What are we going to teach if we declare independence? We can't use our C1 to C10 speech. And do you think this is an effective way of communication? No. No? Yeah, no. So Henry didn't accept this kind of refute. So he still insists that, David, I really think that we should declare independence from the headquarters. So I think that, okay, direct approach, not working. I told Frank that, okay Frank, this is not going to work. Find another way to communicate with Henry. We'll meet next week. So, next week, officer meeting, and my EVP Frank told Henry that, Henry, I still don't like your idea. I think it sucks. And this time, I have proof. So he used our method too, that is called reasoning. He prepared a 1-hour talk about all the disadvantages about independence. We wouldn't have support from the headquarters. We cannot use our C1 to C10 manual. We cannot attend our district speech contest, and we cannot borrow the people from other clubs. So he thinks that this is a bad idea. After the talk, the 3 of us went like, silence. And do you think this is a good way of communication? No, not really. Yeah, just ask Bill. He was in a debating club. Reasoning and logic alone is not enough to let people accept your ideas. So, 2 approaches failing. I was thinking that, okay, this is not going to work. We have to find another way. So I asked Henry out for a drink privately, and I want to ask him that, why does he want to declare independence so badly? So he told me that, David, I think our club should have more members. And one of the reasons new members are not coming is because of the fee. We have to pay $1,500 to the headquarters. And most of the money is not ours, it's going directly to the US. But what do? They just give us a book. It's actually us, the officers, who's teaching them. It is us, the mentors, who's leading the new members. And since we have very good speakers, we have excellent new members, and we have excellent previous old members, we can ask them to teach us. Why do we need a headquarters? So I understand that he also loves TM. He wants to have more members in this club, but he just have a very different approach from us. And the focus is about money. So with this information in hand, I talked to my EVP, Frank, about, okay, so what are we going to do? How are we going to tell them? It's about the money. So we came up with a plan. We told them that, Harry, how about this? The new members, they don't have to pay $1,500,000 in the first place. They can pay a deposit, that's $100 or $200, and they can use our materials. If they like it, they pay it afterwards. How about this? And this time, since we understand why he wants to go independent, the core reason is about money. We understand him, we can propose a solution that both of us can agree. So he decided to postpone the idea of independence later. So what's the key here? Do you think this time is a better communication? Yeah? Yeah. This time at least he's listening. So the key is to think from other people's perspective. But is communication alone enough to build up a successful team? As what you just said, there's one more thing. That's called trust. Trust and trust and support. After a while, Harry still thinks that we should go independent. Although we have discussed about the problems if we go independent, and he knows that we cannot use the materials, we'll have very difficult times teaching the new members, and we'll have a hard time explaining to the new members that why we are not TM, but we are using the same teaching structure as TM. How are we going to tell them? You know, he knows about these concerns, but he still thinks that it's nothing. So we were still having discussions and discussions and discussions again and again with no effort. And finally, he said that, David, I know that you love TM, and I know that you want TM to be a better place, but we have very different approaches to show our love. At this time, you're the president. You're the one in charge. I'll let you decide what we should do. We should go independent or not. But next time, if I'm the president, you have to give me the same support as I give to you. And so I said, okay, and let's call it done. I'm the president, I will make the decision, and you all support me. This is a very important thing. Although you might disagree with your boss, with your president, with your VP, you can have different ideas. But they are the one in charge. Give them the freedom to do whatever they want, and give your full support to them. Never say that, I'm not going to support your idea. Let's see how you would fail without my support. That's really bad. That's really bad, okay? Let the one in charge decide what to do, and do your best to support them. Trust and support. So now we have communication, trust, support. Is it enough? And in my opinion, there's one little thing that we still have to be careful about. And just like what it's called granting the power to others. Like what Li Yuan and Tina said in their campaign speech. They say that I want more people, more officers to be seen by others. I want them to have the power and freedom to implement their own policies, to implement their creativity. I also think this idea is correct when I was a PRVP, but I made a quite big mistake. Let me tell you what it is. I had a deputy that's called Linson. It's a fake name, Linson. And so I think that, okay, I should give him much more power so that he can try out his new ideas. So I told him that, listen, we're having our demo meeting in 5 weeks. And I know you are quite creative. I give you my full support. You can ask for whatever resource you want and make it happen. Implement your ideas. Okay, now go. Make it happen. And I thought that things would go as well as I thought. He would at least prepare some PBS articles and prepare some posters, prepare some promotion articles, and talk to many people about our demo meeting. At least I thought it was like that. After 2 weeks, I think that, okay, it's time to do a checkup and see how things are going. So I called him. Hey, listen. Hey, yeah, how are you doing? And so how's the promotion going so far? And he said, oh, you know what, I'll prepare a PBS article in about 2 weeks. I'm still learning how to color the words. I'll come up with something in 2 weeks. And I told him, listen, do you know that we have the demo meeting in only 3 weeks? And he said, I know, but you know, I'm new to PBS. I don't know how to do that. You have to give me some time. And I told him that, listen, you know what? Do you know there's something that's called help? You can ask for help, and so that some other people can help you do with that job. You can just design what you want to say, and people can implement that. And then some said, you didn't mention it 2 weeks ago. I was like, my brain is full of... So, be very careful when you're giving out your power to others. Make sure that they have something in their mind and they know what they're doing. They know how to do it. So, now we have our 3 points that I want to share about. That's called communicate effectively by thinking from other people's perspective, and support others, give them the support, and trust the other members. We all want TM to be a better place, but we might have very different approaches. And the third, be sure the one you're giving your power to knows what they're doing. So far, you might still have one little question that's, okay, David, it's easy for you to say that we should think from other people's perspectives. But how are we going to do that? In my opinion, the key is to listen. To listen to what other people are talking about. To listen to them as carefully as you have listened to my speech tonight. Session Master.
Whoa.